want to thank you for helping us communicate what we're trying to do here at Bucky Graduate University. It's a degree that helps us understand God's cities, where more people are gathering today than ever before. And so not only here in the U.S., but beyond the borders as well, creating leaders to work in all sorts of environments in urban contexts. Let me give you a few distinctives that we'd love for you to be able to communicate. First is that our desire is to prepare and equip. Both of those things are important, to prepare and equip people to serve our Lord in a number of capacities. First, it's with the church. That is both scattered and gathered church, the church that functions on Sunday and the church that is sent on Monday. Not only that, but it works through all God's people. This is a degree that is helping us to work with both the powerful and the powerless, with believers and with non-believers, all God's people. Secondly, this is the distinctive that I'd like you to be able to emphasize is that it is a course that will give you an urban hermeneutic, both theologically and biblically. Not only an urban hermeneutic, but also a missional view of history. You can't know where you're going unless you know where God has already been. And so we want to understand that in this degree. And then it will give the opportunity for students to have an understanding of both personal and corporate leadership required to work in urban contexts today around the world. And finally, this is a degree that will focus on people at risk. Not only people who are needy, but the leadership required to address the issues that those who are at risk in our world, our urban world, are facing. That ideal student, first characteristic that I would look for is one who is called to be transformationally engaged in the structures of a city, as well as to be involved incarnationally with the people in the city. That is, he understands that Jesus was called both to be Redeemer and Sustainer, and has a desire to learn how to do that. And then the ideal student would be one who would have the passion and the desire to grow. You haven't already arrived at a master's level. You have a passion to grow in both wisdom and integrity, so that you can work among the powerful as effectively as you can work among the powerless. So that you could be able to walk up into John 3 and talk with Nicodemus, and then go to John 4 and talk to the woman at the well, and have a message for each of them that will make sense in their context. That third characteristic that I would look for in my ideal student would be a person who knows the purpose and the potential blessing of both the gathered church that meets on Sunday and the scattered church that's sent the rest of the week, Monday through Saturday. That they would have and realize that the role and impact of what happens on Sunday meets with what Jesus said, "Come unto me, but then as the Father sent me, so send I you." And that fourth characteristic of our ideal student would be one who is willing to go beyond the position that he might gain or grow or she might receive from this degree. Of course, there is no ideal student, but we're looking forward to the person that you will find, that man or woman who has a desire to impact the city where they're called. We'll be grateful to walk with them and excited about what God will do as they study with us the cities, the scriptures, the people, and the structures that God has placed us to serve.